Oh, and that was Sagi's triple playback, man. What a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful artist. If you didn't know it yet, now you should know that Sagi is by far one of my favorite artists. So if you tuned in on Young Purpose, best believe that we will be rocking Sagi every single Saturday without fail. But this one was requested. So shout out to Dipru for requesting Sagi triple playback. That was beautiful, man. That was beautiful. My favorite song was, let me see. I can't seem to choose. I can't seem to choose because with Musagi, every song is a favorite. And with that said, you're still tuned in on your greatest young show on land. Yes, I said it. This is your greatest young show on land with myself, Baby Sihu, right here on Keith Ngesi Radio. And in case you didn't know, now you should know that Keith Ngesi Radio is not your average radio station. We are radio beyond frequency, but most importantly, we are radio according to you. And we're broadcasting live in East London. But we're not limited by the confinements of East London, nor of Eastern Cape, nor of South Africa. We are international. You can listen to us anywhere in the world by simply going to knrapp.co.za. I repeat, that is knrapp.co.za. You even have alternatives, man. You can go to www.keithngesiradio.com. I don't know. It's up to you. If you're an Android user, though, we have an app for you. It is on Google Play Store, and that is the Keith Ngesi Radio app. Download the app. I always say it's much more convenient because it gets to show you the faces behind the radio and what it is that we do when we're not here. So please download the app, or you can just check us out on Facebook. It is Keith Ngesi Radio. That's why I'm live, man. If you want to see my pretty smile, pull up. And if you're already on the live, shout out to you, man. Also check us out on YouTube. We are Keith Ngesi Radio. So do all the things that YouTubers do. Subscribe, share the link, the whole shebang, man. We would like that. But as you know, I am never alone because the Bible says two is better than one, because when the other one fails, the other is there to pick the other one up. I don't know what the scripture says, but I just like to be, very ambietic about it. So I'm not alone. I am with, let me just make them magically appear on the screen right now. Jay, just for the coolness. I am with the managing directors of Miss Golden Heart, Mr. Siyamamkela Wanga and Miss Isipho Madondile. Guys, before we start, I just want to know, how does it feel to be a managing director? A managing director.
For me as a managing director, it's the title doesn't really mean a lot. What matters is what I do for the company, Miss Golden Heart South Africa, as well as Enhance Your Passion Modeling School. So that the title, I'm not gonna be cocky about it, So I don't want to be cocky about it, just as I said. Titles to me, they don't mean anything. They don't mean anything. It's just there to label me, but what matters is what I bring to
the table, the value that you bring. I love that. That's beautiful. So guys, I won't be looking at you. I'll be focusing on my camera, because if I look at you, then the people who are watching are just like, what is going on? And that's your cam to just talk to the people. So on my show, I don't like to introduce my guests because I feel like you know your story better than I do.
Yes.
For example, I'll say a lot and make you sound cocky and be like, oh, this and this, and you're just like, oh, Buhle, Paula, I'm just here to, Jay, I'm just here to talk about my work, not the titles.
Yeah.
Or I'll say little and you'll be like, hi, Bon, then win a certificate, what grade one? Mention my accolades, bring them to me. And you've been here before, so you know how I roll. So I'll just quickly give you a chance to introduce yourselves in a way that speaks to Siyamamkela when we're not there, maybe just tap into the vision, and into your work while doing that. But please go ahead.
Okay, first of all, thank you so much, baby, for this opportunity, and I am greeting the Keith Ngesi Radio listeners and lovers. My name is Siyamamkela Wanga, And I am a managing director of Miss Golden Heart South Africa, which is a national beauty pageant that originates here in the Eastern Cape. I'm also a managing director of Enhance Your Passion Modeling School. And I am a filmmaker by profession, I must say. But yeah, so even by that, I'm a cool person, I can say. You know, these titles and my experience in the film industry. Nah, it's not something that would make me into the cookie.
The modesty.
Yeah, I
the
have.
modesty.
Yeah. So I have advanced experience in film. I'm talking about being a film director, assistant director, film writer, script supervisor, actor, and so necessary forth. So yeah, but
By
my
the way, the best AD there is in the game. The best AD there is in the game.
Yeah, you know, people who know me on set, they know what I bring to the table, what standard I bring to SAD and whatnot. But again, when it comes to filmmaking introduction, it would only make sense to people who understand filmmaking, you know, who does what behind the scenes and so on and so forth. Because Omnia or who's listening now might be confused. I mean, what is a filmmaker and whatnot? But a filmmaker is one of those people that create the film. Is one of those people that work behind the camera and not in front of the camera. But that does not mean that you cannot find me in front of the camera. There's this film that I've acted. As Ikwala. So if people didn't know, then Isipho Madondile, Indoda. I'm playing Unsika Payana, and that is me. And I've also featured, just to mention this one, I've also featured on Metusela's music video. Yeah, maybe people they watch
There's a music video for that.
Yeah, there's a music
video. I didn't know.
Maybe 2 to 3 months ago.
Wow, I didn't know that.
So yeah, I'm also there, and by that I'm trying to put emphasis on the fact that I'm not only working behind the scenes, but I'm also in front of the camera. And yeah, I would like to stop here. Otherwise, there's a lot that I do, I'm capable of. And
sorry, I just had to. I just had to.
Yeah.
Over to you, ma'am.
Isipho Madondile,
model.
I am a modeling coach. I am a self-taught fashion designer. I am a founder and director for Miss Golden Heart South Africa. And I'm just angry.
Yo, guys, what's with the modesty? Like, I love how you guys are just so humble about it. Like, I'm a self-taught fashion dude. You're a fashion designer, and you're come on.
You know, for me, being modest or having this kind of modesty, I always feel like if I would go and make my introduction remarks long, people would end up losing, you know, the point of who I am and why we are here today. So we like to keep things short.
I love that. Also, guys, just to let you know, Nje, just about the show, as much as this is an interview, I love whatever talks I have here to be conversational. So not just like, hey, oh, hi, what do you like? I want to get to know Miss Golden Heart. I want to get to know like the people behind it and what it means. Because when it's a question and answer, it's like we're trying to sell this thing, but we want people to relate to it, to understand it. Oh, okay, Miss, what is that? What inspired? I want to know what inspired you, but I just, also want to get into it. You mentioned two entities, Miss Golden Heart,
South Africa.
Miss Golden South Africa.
Yes.
Can I ask why the South Africa was so important to you?
You want to answer that, Issy, or should I take it? Okay, it's not just Miss Golden Heart.
Yeah.
It's Miss Golden Heart South Africa. And by that, the importance, the emphasis is that this is not a local beauty pageant. It's a national beauty pageant. And even the standard of the pageant, you see, we are not playing here. We are putting a lot of work, to deliver for the South African communities. So hence, it is important for anyone who wants to call the name or mention the name, Angatinje Miss Golden Heart, but it is Miss Golden Heart South Africa. And and that's also because of the fact that we are focusing at South Africa at large and not just Eastern Cape or East London, but yeah, it's a national beauty pageant.
Okay. You know what? When I heard Miss Golden Heart South Africa for the first time, I wasn't just thinking South Africa, right? I thought maybe it's one of those moments where when you dream and you see just how great this could be. So it's just a franchise for South Africa, meaning that in the next 10 years there could be a Miss Golden Heart Namibia, a Miss. So I was just like, I was waiting for you to say we're aiming global, and I was just
Yeah. Okay. You have a very good point there. Yeah. Yes. One of the significances of labeling it as Miss Golden Heart South Africa. Yes, we are looking for, to growing bigger than just South Africa, but to have or to touch Western countries and up to the continent, yes, Africa at large. So we are looking forward to those Miss Golden Heart South Africa, Miss Golden Heart Lesotho, Namibia, as you said, and Miss Golden Heart Africa.
Imagine.
So you see, when this idea came, we don't want to limit it to South African country. But we wanted to grow bigger than that.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you wanted to say something. I remember, I think it was definitely last year at the annual Miss Golden Heart South Africa 2022. Was that 2020? Yeah, 2022. And I was having a conversation with Uta Silk after, and he was just mind blown by how big of a project that is, how great it is, just its potential. You go to a modeling event and you expect it to be at this other place that I'm not going to mention there in Tanzania, that, and you're just like, really? But the standard that you guys brought
to that was 2021.
No, was it 2021?
No.
Wasn't it last at JCF?
Yeah, it was last year JCF. I thought you were matching the standard of the venue that we used.
No.
Then the standard of the pageant.
I'm just saying, like, the standard you brought last year.
Okay.
Just the whole event. You wouldn't say that it was managed by kids. Sorry to say that, but like, guys, that is something a big institution would organize. People with money, like I was thinking, but you guys brought your A game, and this is still just the beginning. So for that, I really want to say big ups to you guys. I was really inspired, and I felt really proud of you. It's really great. Side note, it was not important. I just came up while I was, speaking.
No, I appreciate that.
You start Miss Golden Heart South Africa. Why?
Okay.
Why?
That's definitely for Isi.
Yeah.
The founder.
Why?
Miss Golden Heart was founded because of how I saw the industry, because we get to have models that don't know what to do after coming. So at least I wanted a name that was gonna at least tell you what is expected from you. So as a title holder, there's this question that is always asked.
Yeah.
What qualities should a title holder have? And they don't know. So a title holder, most importantly, should have a heart.
Ooh, okay, makes sense now.
So now, for this brand, we actually want a golden heart that will be able to touch many souls and do what is expected of a title holder. So basically, Miss Golden Heart was a platform for title holders, not just anyone who wants to do anything. It's for title holders to be taught what is expected from them. This means if you're a finalist, from being a finalist to Miss Golden Heart, you're going to be taught how you're supposed to be doing things and treating other people, how you treat yourself, how you carry yourself.
Also, you're an
Especially-
epitome of that, by the way. Like, just your energy and how you present yourself to
Yeah.
the world. I feel like, yeah, you represent exactly what it is
Yeah.
that you say you're about.
Yeah, especially on social media, because
Mm.
social media can definitely break you.
Mm.
It can build you, and at the same time, it can break you. So a child holder really needs to know how to handle their social media,
Mm.
because one post can take it down.
That's
One
true.
single post can take it
That's
down
true.
after a very long time of hard work, and then you just post
One thing, and
and
then
then you are down.
Everyone's like, look at that person, mjonge, uthi princess, he fast done.
Yeah.
I remember, I always say that when you do something as a title holder, you don't. People will not say, "Oh, Isipho Madondile did
Yeah.
this," but they will say, "Oh, Isipho Madondile, oh, Miss Golden Heart."
Mm.
Just to make sure by now you know this person I'm talking about. They will always add your title that they know it's actually working for you. Like it's the title that people know you about.
Yeah.
So I remember there was a girl on social media, I'm not gonna mention. She shared a post of an opinion yakhe, and I'm like, and then Yabuza, what did I say wrong? Nizikuye, it's not that you said something wrong, but it's isuka kubani.
Mm.
Because at times India was postwa ingahoya, but
Isharo ngabantu abaninzi even,
it
yes, that's
depends,
true.
Bana, who are you and how many people are looking up to you, and whatever that you post, how much influence ezobanayo, and you think it's not a big deal.
Mm.
Yeah, and obviously, just to add on what EC has touched on, for Miss Colin at some point, you will find out that when you are taking you through it, you'll find out that it's quite complex,
Mhm.
you know. So it's not just about walking
One
on
thing,
stage
yes.
and being a model,
Yeah.
being crowned and whatnot. But our interest does not only focus on having models working on stage, showcasing their talent and so on and so forth. But we're also focusing on the psychological side of things. Ukuthi abantu, how do they grow from a young age and up to abantu that they want to or wish to become, you know, in years to come. So by that, I want to say we have two famous hashtags that we are known by, and those famous hashtags are be self-confident, be you. And just from that, these two hashtags, they go with the golden heart that Isipho touched on, you know.
Yeah.
So when we say be self-confident, we know that in South Africa, in fact, not just South Africa, but even in kwezinye countries or in the world, you know, at large, people are facing challenges of they get to lack confidence or self-esteem on themselves and so on and so forth. And so Tina, as Miss Colin Hart, we are using this pageantry process to search and to scout those that need the help to find ukuthi bona bangobani and so on and so forth. Hence ke siba encourage abo bathi bangenele Miss Colin Hart South Africa to be self-confident, and with the second hashtag @BU nakuyo we have something esesiyayiqaphela ukuthi most people kukhona peer pressure in our societies obuhle, and this peer pressure would lead abantu to live impilo ezingezo zabo. They try to fake or to please abanye abantu in our societies, and there's just a lot with regards to abantu living fake lives and so on and so forth.
That's true.
But for us, that is why now we have this hashtag @BU. And so we want to encourage these young girls from age 7 to 22 to be themselves and not to live, you know, fake lives just to please, you know, what people want and so on and so forth. So yeah, trying to make emphasis on the fact that Miss Colin Hart is quite complex. And yeah, those are the people that we are looking for.
Also, you mentioned your modeling school, your modeling academy.
Yes.
So when people want to be a part of Miss Golden Heart, so I'm a young kid and I want to model, man. You know, I just I want to be a part of Miss Golden Heart. Do I first have to go through the academy, or I can just be a random young girl who just wants to enter? How does that work?
Okay, yes, the two entities are run by us. Miss Golden Heart South Africa and Enhance Your Passion Modeling School. But that does not mean, Uguti, if somebody is interested in entering for Miss Golden Heart South Africa, then they should compulsory so enter or go through the academy. So yeah, umuntu, as much as noba akekho who Enhance Your Passion Modeling School, angakwazi ukungenela Miss Golden Heart South Africa. And by that, I would like to make emphasis on the fact that we are not looking for people that have experience in modeling. So I know that would maybe since they have made emphasis on the fact that this is not a local pageant and it's a national pageant, and then if I have no experience, then I cannot enter. No, we do take Abantu, even if Abantu have experience, as a guide on what's expected of them.
To go back to Enhance Your Passion Modeling School. So Omyumdu is just like, bro, I thought for modeling you just need to know how to like walk. I just thought you need to be pretty, smile. You know, what is it that I can learn from a modeling school, and what's the importance of it, so much that you felt like you need to start an academy, you know?
For a modeling school, it is very important because your modeling coach will be able to take you through everything that modeling has to do, everything that has to do with modeling. Now, for example, you can't just want to enter a pageant and you don't have proper pictures for that. So a modeling coach knows which pictures to be used. A modeling coach knows how to handle your social media. A modeling coach will tell you and will train you and take you through preparations for a pageant, for a fashion show, for photography, interviews, and so on. So if you don't have a modeling school, it's like you're gonna go to a pageant and the only thing that you're expecting is to walk. Exactly what you know and what you do best, because you walk every day. So you're definitely gonna be able to walk. And then there'll be a time whereby you have to answer the question. Number one, you need to understand the question before you just answer the question. You don't need to know.
That's a tricky one.
You don't need to know the question. You need to understand the question. At times, you know, there will be one question asked in 4 different ways, and maybe you only know one way. And they will ask you that question in a different angle, and you will think it's not the one, and you will answer incorrect. And you will be answering under pressure because you are not familiar with answering questions in class, because you don't have a modeling coach. And another thing, there are pageants that have journey, like Miss Golden Heart, whereby you get to be a finalist, and then pageant will be happening in 4 months' time. Therefore, those pageants, they're actually judging you from day one. The last day is actually the final day of judging. Now, the way you carry yourself throughout, if there's a communication during a Zoom meeting or group chat, you need to engage. They need to see you. They need to see you doing your charity work. They need to see you moving this. They need to see your movement. So your modeling coach will take you through. Your modeling coach will help you. So if you don't have a modeling coach, you might not even know what is expected of you. When it's a journey pageant, because you just want to wake up, go, dress up, and be very beautiful, and then you walk on stage. And after getting your crown, you will not know what to do, because there's no one that is there
to guide
to
you,
actually tell you and take you through.
I love that. Because I, for one, have always thought, it was not until I started attending pageants. I've been to 2 so far, one being yours and another one I don't remember because it seems to be a lot. And I always used to think, Suga, this thing is just for people who just want to walk, and then you smile, and then you get there, and then they ask you, what's your name? You know, like I was so uneducated about it. And when I got there, I was like, actually, there's a lot to this, and it's very, I feel like it's very important. At one of your pageants, there was a question that was asked, a young girl paya kutwa do you think that social media is toxic? Hey, the way she answered that question, I was just like, it's a yes or no, it's a yes or no question. And she was like, no, first of all, let me start by explaining the role of social media in our lives. Social media can be used for both good and I was like, you are like you're very smart. So how important is that for you guys, of changing just the narrative around beauty pageants? Because beauty pageants are known to be, oh, you need to be slim, Ukubone, you need to be slim, you have to be this pretty girl with like long hair, wara wara. How important is that for you guys to change the narrative around, beauty pageants, that actually it's not just about knowing how to walk, but you need to have a heart of gold. You need to have a heart that is kind and that is loving and that is just of a a a genuine person, you come on, and not just be a modeling. I mean, a pageant where makube kukhala umculo uphuma kwethu apha, because for most pageants, if I'm being honest, and I'm not trying to degrade or speak ill of other pageants, they're mostly about that because you look at their pageant directors and you're like,
there is a vision, but
like,
no vision.
yay, siyayibona ndithe tayo, but ayikho loo nto. And for you guys to represent what you say you are.
Okay, I think that's an important point there, Babusha. And for us, around the beauty pageants, I know people, or most people, even models, they would think, okay, it's just I just want to be crowned, and I just want to have many titles as possible, and then I want to take a picture with my arms like this, and then and so on, and then that's it. But remember, as young people or youth, we are the future of this country. And so for us, it is important that we teach and we change the narrative around the beauty pageants. Hence, it is important for us to teach, our reigning queens, what are the things that they should do for the South African communities, what changes that they should bring to the South African communities. So hence for us, it is very, very important that the moment you get crowned, in fact, even from being a finalist, Tina, we already know, and we wish Nabango that they have entered for Miss Golden Heart 23, that the moment they get to be announced as finalists, they must know that they have the responsibility to create change in the South African communities. I'm going to keep mentioning or making emphasis that in the South African communities, because this is a national beauty pageant. So we need them to make change. It's not just by having many sashes, crowns, and then that's it, because that's what most people believe in. And then it is also njengoba sithatha abantwana between the ages of 7 to 22. You see these young kids, they get to watch ukuthi ababadala, how do they do things. So if ababadala, they would see into a pageant as being a search collector or having many sessions, and then ababadala, they're gonna grow and adapt to that, and that is totally wrong for me. And then they create change to the communities. So I would appreciate and I would love to hear with Ibakona title holders that are listening to us as we are speaking here, that if you have been thinking Kuti as a beauty pageant is only about, or is all about having many sessions and many crowns or many titles, then you must change your mentality or the perspective or and know that once you get crowned as a queen or as a first princess or any title holder, you need to know that you have the responsibility to make change in the South African communities. And Miss Golden Heart, the journey of a finalist is very long but exciting at the same time. We have a lot of tasks. We have a lot of tasks.
I remember they were saying that.
We have a lot of tasks where we are trying to test them and teach them Uguti Jonga. as much as why you are not crowned as queen yet, but you need to know that you need to create or make change in your community. You need to do those charity works and so on and so forth. So yeah, that is that's how it is, and that's how we say it, and that is one of, I think, IPAT's mission here to change the narrative around the beauty pageant. That it's not just about having many titles and so on. Isi, I think you can add if.
I remember now I was asked as a director, now, why didn't you choose Ubani as a finalist? Like,
you're asked by who?
But just a random person.
Okay, and attending.
Yeah, maybe he or she was favored. You know. Yeah.
Usually we do like if we are from years by why in
Okay.
So now this person is not even related, is asking me, why didn't you choose her? And I'm like, why did I have to choose her? And then I didn't know that like abantu abangenile bakhona abangakhethwayo. Like, yes, it gets to that point, depending how did you sell yourself. I'm really not pleased with abantu thinking that saying, I want to be chosen as Miss Golden Heart South Africa finalist because I'm smart, beautiful, and talented. Thank you. Who's not beautiful and who's not talented?
Who's not smart?
Who's not smart? So you need to
I like
say
that. I like that. I like that. I've never thought about it like
tell
that.
us more about that, because you can't just say, I want to be Miss Golden Heart because I have what it takes to be Miss Golden Heart. What does it take?
There's nothing there. Totally.
I want to be Miss Golden
I like that.
Heart.
That's actually very
I have
profound.
qualities of being Miss Golden Heart. What are those qualities?
Yes.
Tell us.
Specific.
Don't just give us the cream. We
Cake.
want yes. Don't just
Don't sugarcoat qualities.
Don't say you have the qualities.
Yeah.
You have the qualities. You know the qualities. Tell us.
I think that could be one of the points or some of the points that make us different from other beauty pageants.
Yeah.
We don't want the cream. I think everything we do, we want to go to the core.
Substance.
Yeah,
yes.
we go to the core. And hence, when City earlier on, if focus here, interest here is not just having models walking on stage and that's it. But no, we are looking on the psychological side of things. Abandona from between the ages of 7 to 22, Bakula, Kanjani, their lives principled, and so on and so forth. So we don't take things light. Yeah, I think you'll be like, Miss Golden Heart is complicated. We are so police. I think
I've heard that. I don't know if it's a form that you guys fill in, but like it's very extensive. So at the time, because you need to know your story. I like that now. Like you need to know exactly why you are here. I love that.
Exactly. I think it was one of the reigning queens. I think I met her a month ago, and she was telling me, you know what, Miss Golden Heart, how Miss Golden Heart is complicated. And I was like, yeah, that's who we are. We are complicated. And James is complicated about ubomi bomntwana ngamnye who participate in the pageant. We want to leave a mark kulo mntwana lo. If wayekhe wangenela ezinye pageants before, but isifuna athi xa efika ku-Miss Golden Heart South Africa qonda this is different. And xa iphela reign yakhe, like xa iphela the period of reign, because kwi-queens zethu we say yes iphelile reign yakho, but wena uyekanga uba iqueen ka-Miss Golden Heart, they will tell you. So sifuna athi noba iphelile reign yakhe, athi but uMiss Golden Heart undimoldile, uMiss Golden Heart undikhulisile now ndiyile ntombazana ndiyiyo okanye ndingulo mntu ndinguye, and so on and so forth. So we always go to the core. And I think to whoever who's listening now and interested to enter for Miss Golden Heart South Africa 2023, you're not gonna regret entering. Yeah.
Guys, how do you choose your programs? How did you get to a point where you're like, this is how we want the program to go? Because to be honest, I was so mind blown by by the whole
Concept.
concept of Miss Golden Heart South Africa. I'm like, with pageants and okay, sure. So yeah, but guys, there was this creative wear thing that blew me away. I was like, how did you think of that? Like, and I was already thinking, not that I'm comparing you to Miss South Africa, but at this point, guys, after Miss South Africa, Miss Golden Heart is the thing to look out for. You are literally solidifying yourselves to lamganga to because that's how I believe your work is great. Like you guys are doing so great. Uhlale man, uzive ngathi uze kundawo ubalekile. Like unestima. You look around you and you're like, okay, yeah, actually stima man apa. Like ingati next thing you know, sizoba se Sentin, Sun Arena, ukubona zandawo ziphole. You guys are like, yo.
You are speaking as if you have seen our plans for 2023.
Oh my God!
We are talking about Sentin in Latinyani. You have had something,
Guys.
maybe, yeah. But obviously for us, what I can tell you and the listeners of Keeping Us Radio, ezinye izinto are things that we add along the way. I promise you, and at Clan City, when we started Miss Golden Heart in 2020, it was
Wait, what?
Yeah, when we started Miss Golden Heart.
Wait. You mean to tell me that last year was just your second? Yeah. You mean to tell me that last year was just like the second? No way. No ways. Shout out.
Thanks.
It's too much.
Yeah.
What?
So I wanted to make a point at you. When we started in 2020, Miss Golden Heart was not like this. And when we had our first event in 2021, Miss Golden Heart was not like this. Last year, 2022, Miss Golden Heart was not like this. So that means we plan ultimately to improve every year. So as you have just mentioned, the standard of Sentin, it excites me because you are speaking as if you have seen something or you have had something.
No, guys,
because
your work speaks for itself, honestly.
Yeah, for 2023, we are looking to that standard. No more Tanzania now. I'm not gonna tell where we will be.
It's too soon, yeah? We must look out.
Yeah.
We must look out.
Yeah.
We even have a theme for this year. If you're not dressing the dress code, you're actually going for
there is a lot.
Guys.
We actually want the vibes. We want everyone to look the same. We want those vibes.
Like there is a lot. And
we might as well not have general tickets.
I love that. Goosebumps already, you guys. No, your work really speaks for itself. It's one of those things. Your vision needs to be so clear that even those who are not a part of it can literally see okay, up. Vision obviously you'll always be the one person who understands your vision because it's your brainchild. But okay, so you say I speak like someone who knows because I can literally see your vision.
That's awesome.
I remember after like that event, I was on a call with Silk. We spoke for like 30 minutes. And mind blown, guys. I came from PE. I was not expecting that. I was literally not expecting that. So you're like
I want to answer. I think you did mention something about how do we program.
Yes.
First things first, I'm a very strict person. I get to be asked this a lot, and I'm not denying it any day of my life. I'm very strict.
Yeah.
So, when it comes to the models and how they dress for Miss Golden Heart, I choose what they wear.
Okay.
Reason I do that, I know what kind of a pageant I want to be. I wouldn't like to have a 7-year-old wearing makeup.
Okay.
I wouldn't like to have a 15-year-old that is wearing a wig.
Yeah.
That is not who I am.
Mm.
So for Miss Golden Heart, I actually want those 7-year-old. I want a 7-year-old to dress
As a kid,
Yeah,
no
kids must be
dance.
cool.
Yeah, kids must be.
Yeah, but
Oh, I love that.
just because it's a
That is
beauty
so
pageant
beautiful.
doesn't mean you should come here wearing a very short dress just because you're 7. No one's gonna do anything to you. You need to dress respectfully like a 7-year-old.
Yeah.
If you are a 13-year-old and I say your makeup should look like this,
Yeah.
should I find you? Should I find you with a glam makeup that is not accepted? You are taking it off. That is me. So that is how strict I
Guys,
am.
I can't believe you have 2
So
years.
for my pageant, I make sure if I say this is the rule, that's the rule. If a parent is not comfortable with that, they can actually take their kids to another pageant. Not in my world, not in my pageant. We will not put rules or set rules for you to come and correct them because we want kids to be kids. We are not saying Magana be a model, and we are not saying she's going to be less of a model, but we want an 8-year-old, 12-year-old to look like one.
Yeah.
Masinda T, Masingbonans, put her, how do you think she's? How old do you think she is? And then you're like 15, and she's actually 11.
Yeah.
Because of makeup and wigs, you can't tell.
Yeah, I think this also adds to Lando iti Miss Golden Heart at some point. Abanye abantu might feel ukuthi it's complicated. You see, we tell ukuthi how things should be, and by this we are trying to to build the society in a good way. We are trying to fix izinto that we are foreseeing or saying ukuthi ziyamoshakala and ziyachinja and so on and so forth. And nyani ke you see now abantwana abancinci bengaphili ubomi babantwana abancinci. And ke ngokumntana as umzali umntana wakho ungambuda at a young age ngokumbonisa ukuthi no, you can wear a short dress or anything shorter than this and whatnot. But we want to try to correct zonke ezi zinto sizibonayo ukuthi they are getting out of hand. Yeah, so that's us, Miss Golden Heart South Africa.
I love that. 2023, I remember seeing posts about applications being opened for the year. How does that go? Take us through just like the journey. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, for Miss Golden Heart as Silapa, if anyone is interested, we have our entries opened. Yeah, so we are taking models from across South Africa and from all races are accepted as a KT Bala. So be it you are white, black, colored, or you are welcome to Miss Golden Heart South Africa. And the ages are between 7 up to 22 years. And we are calling all provinces to come in numbers to represent the provinces in the Eastern Cape. And I think at this point it is also important for me to make the emphasis at it. We also want to put Eastern Cape in the map because you see that in provinces as Ngulu that are respected and as Kolelo Zizo as Nkwenza big beauty pageants, Gauteng, KZN, maybe Western Cape. But we want to say the fact that we are calling the provinces isn't easy to come to the Eastern Cape as represent the provinces. We want to change the fact that Eastern Cape, Eastern Cape is just okay. Eastern Cape is all about local pageants and whatnot. To only focus on these cities as Eastern Cape and that's it. But you want, I think it was 2021 when we had some models, there's Suka KZM to represent their province here. And now, as my interest is we have models from Pumalanga, we have models from Limpopo. So to us, that makes us smile or creates a smile in our faces to say, okay, we have as new models coming from different provinces, based on represent provinces within the Eastern Cape. So to someone who is interested, we have our audition fee of 200 rand, and then step 2 say to would need to sign and submit application form, and the application form is now signed and submitted online. And by that, we are trying to simplify things and as the technology is no pina, so you can just sign and submit your application form online. And then, so we have 3 steps basically. The first step, it would be to pay the audition fee of 200 rands. The second step, it would be to sign and submit the application form online. And then the third step, it would be to send the audition video to our WhatsApp line. And our WhatsApp line would be 073-934-7402, 073-934-7402. That is our WhatsApp line. So we have those just 3 simple steps. And on the audition video, it is important for us to always mention that we don't want, and I think Issa did talk about this, we don't want Umdu who's going to say, I want to be chosen as Miss Golden Head finalist because I'm smart, because I'm beautiful and whatnot. But take us to the core. Why should we take you as a finalist for Miss Golden Head 2023? So basically on the video, you are telling us why should we select you as Miss Golden Head SA 2023 finalist.
And you do all of this, right? And it's not guaranteed admission. Just because you've applied doesn't mean so tata because onions like apply way.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we will look and check and vet and see if you meet the standards and the vision of the pageant. I love that.
Most importantly, we will do background checking. So you go through your social media. You can clean right now. Going forward,
please, delete all those nasty stuff.
But it is possible that maybe you see a kid and you're like, okay, look, Dana has the potential, but they just don't know how to manage themselves on social media. That okay, as you don't easier, but we'll teach you and move in the like is there like a possibility where we're like, we don't really like this, but we can work with you so that it change a londo? Or is it just like no?
Yeah, I think we haven't got to such a point.
Okay.
But I cannot confidently say it would be just a no.
Okay.
Because Nati, we are more of parents to these kids. Omnia would see a potential and would say, okay, maybe we can just provide with guidance.
Yes.
Because most of the time, a mistake in we will be with parents, because if pages wasn't say, I'm not saying parents and whatnot, but maybe they would fail somehow, which was monitoring pages. So if we would get to such a point, then it would depend on the situation with you. How do we deal with that?
Also, I love how you take care of your, the people who, I don't know what they're called. What are they called? The models? Yes, your contestants, yes. And the winner, I saw something on your status about a trip. A trip to Durban. What are you like, guys? Are you literally bringing your A game?
Yeah, I said this is not a local pageant. This is not Eastern Cape pageant. This is not East London. This is not Queenstown. This is, national pageant. Yes, that's one of our prizes.
Guys.
A fully paid trip to Durban. And now it's followed by like we also have a boat cruise. Do you know?
Get out of here! Get out of here, man!
Why?
Get out of here!
All our comes to prizes. I've always wanted to treat my title holders the way I wish
you were treated.
Yes, I was treated because guys.
Committee.
You go to a big pageant, invest a lot. You are expected to sell tickets. You don't sell them, but you pay for them because you actually have to. Hey, have you ever sold 30 tickets? 30 tickets. Where, who has a family of 30 people? But we're actually expected to sell 30 tickets on this pageant. And, okay, fine, the rest is not going to be true because camps and t-shirts were actually for us.
Yeah.
But selling 30 tickets, okay, cool. They actually win a rig that I'm not even going to use. Do you get me? Some
monetary
gifts
gains
or prizes are just not it. So when it comes to Miss Golden Heart, I told myself that I'm actually going to treat these kids the way I wish I was treated because
it's not just about money.
Be treated as a queen because you're a queen.
Yeah.
And you want to feel that you get crowned and then you are taken to a hotel. After that, you wake up for a photo shoot. After that, it's a boat cruise. months down the line, you get your pull-up banner, and then after that, your cash prize, and then boom, a trip. How I wish.
Guys. Namu, how I wish. Because I look at it all the time and it's like, guys, you mean to tell me you literally just bought them a committee, guys. Like a committee. And I think you touched on something very important, which is something I saw in the pageants that I've attended. That actually people sell tickets, meaning we make money for the pageant. But xa ufika phaa umgangatho kwalento siphina apha,
Yeah. What do you know?
akho kwanto ethi kuveske kwathatha ispeaker kwathatha imic yabekwa apha.
A VIP
If you like
for
VIP
just for you
fantoni.
to just sit and be like everyone else.
So basically, if ukhuphe ugeneral uzoma, like I was so confused. I'm not throwing shade. I'm not throwing shade at any.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying,
Yeah.
no, guys, no.
Must be fair.
Ukonde, I open the invitation to please come to this, and you're just like, I have something to do. You don't have anything to do, but you're just like, no.
Yeah.
That is the most weird thing. Ukhutha imali, ukhupha imali, imike man, nomculo nje into eyenza difference by model. Makuhanjwe, kugqitywe, kufotwe, post social media. I'm also like a director of a page, and what is that? What is that? So I really am here for the standard that you guys are bringing. It's beautiful. Have you set a date yet for when the event might be?
Yeah, for us, we have kept it loud, clear, and simple. Every first week of October.
Okay.
That is
Okay. Straightforward.
That's us. We don't postpone. We don't change.
Come rain.
We don't.
Yes.
Yeah, raining or not.
Yeah.
First Saturday of October, we are there. It's us.
So that's the thing. Next year, I must know that
First
Saturday of
This
October.
year is 7th October, next year is 6th October, it's 5th October.
Wait, you already
I
know.
know everything.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yo, goosebumps.
I remember I was talking to my overall winner for 2022.
Gosh.
Telling her that
That's Susan Yankees.
Yes, the Susan Junkies. So I'm like, I'm so stressing because
Oh, I know that Susan.
no.
Yeah.
And then she's like, wait, that was last year, and she's like, wait, you already know what you're gonna be doing in 2023? I'm like, check my calendar. 2023, 2024, it's already full. I'm that obsessed with planning. I make sure. I know dates can be scored in heart next year. I know in meetings with our finalists. I know a photo shoot. I know when am I gonna order what. Yeah, but that's how I am. I know as in the upcoming things that we're gonna be doing that we can't tell right now. Zizoqala nini kanjani, and the process that's me. I just sit down. There's nothing else I do now. I plan.
Yeah, I think Oboshe on this point that she has made, proper planning prevents poor performance. So that is why you see standards of beauty pageant here to, it satisfies. It satisfies. So we plan prior. We don't take things light. You always go to the core.
Guys.
That's us.
I remember Mama working here 2 entrance again. I was like, I don't know next year, but I don't plan this year because I really have no idea what upgrade that you're gonna be doing. Because Sana, you're going to be venue if you guys are creating this one.
Guys, I was fascinated just sitting in the audience, and there was a time when go to East London, make some noise. It was like, yeah. Another city make a noise, yeah. And I was just like, you mean to tell me that everyone who's sitting there putting the seats are not from here?
And I think it was most, but they were not from East London.
I was like so shocked. I was like, guys, and it was your second year.
It was awesome.
No, guys, this is it. From your mouth to God's ears, this is it. Yeah.
And this is the first national pageant to be hosted in the Eastern Cape. So whatever national pageant that is coming, It's a second one and third. And
Bro, in the next 5 years,
But
you're
this
not
one
gonna be
is the first.
televised.
Mm.
I'm
Founded
telling you,
and
you're gonna be
hosted.
televised,
It's a must. It's a must.
bro.
It's
Literally,
a must.
I can imagine people just sending audition tapes on social media. Hashtag Miss School. Like it's a thing. People are like, I can see it.
Yeah.
Oh, Alulaita, the channel, the channel. You're like, it's there. It's like, yeah, you guys.
Yeah, those are the things that we are looking at, as I said earlier on, that we wish to improve every year.
You know, I made a vow last year that on the show I'm never interviewing anything that has to do with pageants anymore, especially the contestants who want to be pushed. And I remember one of my program managers asking me, "Hey, but why? Because when you get wound," and I was like, "No, because I love to see them on stage when they get to say their piece and answer the questions. But and you sit down with the person and have a solid conversation and you ask a question on the I really am looking forward to this.
Yeah.
La, what qualities do you need? Maybe rehearsed, maybe
Just
pali.
life
Yes.
things,
And then you bring someone and you're like, Isa, let's talk about who you say you are. Chiki chikumdu.
Yeah. And you know, at some point, you would most questions as Buzwai during the Q&A competition, they have a tendency of okay, I'm asked this now, and then I'm just gonna give you the answer I think you want, and without meaning it. Those are the things that
That's
actually
it.
are trying to change.
An answer that sounds smart.
Yes.
Hey, but like, and I. Bro, was that you? Can you your research or
Yes,
And you
yeah.
understand they use answers of former queens and actually heard. For example, if you ask a person just randomly, get a model, what is the most important thing we should be teaching young girls today? She's gonna say the most important things we should be teaching young girls today is leadership.
And they don't mean that.
Come on.
We know.
Come on
Yeah.
now.
And when I understand what is
I will.
leadership, you know, so hence yeah, we are complicated. I think
Yeah.
our
There's nothing
narrative
wrong
As you
is-
should.
with leadership,
You know?
but the
Why?
reasoning
Like,
shouldn't be
yes.
the same.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
So yeah, I wanted to make emphasis on the fact that yes, we are complicated as Miss Golden Heart South Africa, because Tina, we look at things like the core of it. You know, take us down to the core. Yeah, well, hence from each journey to a finalist to the grand finale, we're actually molding them. Ukuthi mabathi sidibana nabo on the grand finale bangabantu abanjani and ithini perspective yabo kwizinto ezidibene ne-beauty pageants and so on and so forth. Who are they? So during the process leyo or the journey to the grand finale, you find out ukuthi umuntu when before angenele Miss Golden Heart ebengumuntu othile, but sabe sidibana naye ku-grand finale because of i-activities esinazo ezincedisana nabo to become better versions of themselves. Ufike ngokumuntu etshintshile. Hence benisithi wena okuhle, we want umuntu athi ring yakhe xa iphela athi no, I've entered pageants before, they did nothing, I thought they were benefiting me in some way, but they were not. But Miss Golden Heart South Africa is the pageant to go. And I think that will also help us to be easier to recommend our pageant.
No, I love that, guys. Generally, for real, interviews must be at least 30 minutes max. We are on to an hour, and I'm still like blown away. You can't like.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed this conversation. You guys are special, man. Like Miss Golden Heart South Africa is not just any other pageant that a director founds because okay, I was one of the pageants the last time, so now let me start my own just so I can see uba kuzakwenzeka ntoni, nam ndibe nebhena, ukubone nam ndibe ne-event abantu baze ukubone. No, this is the real deal, And I'm not just saying that to buy face, but I actually mean it because I've seen it, and I was sold. In fact, I'm coming to the next one, 2023. I am there, best believe. And this time around, I'm buying my own ticket. And plus one guy, I'm buying my own ticket because I feel like it's deserving of that. It deserves that because it's huge stuff. I get the infamous radio question before you go.
Yeah.
Before you go, what do you want to say to the listeners and also just the young girls that you guys empower? Because I feel like it's that with you guys. It's not just a come to the pageant, let's model, but it's empowerment. And empowerment is important because I stand here today because of the people who empowered me in the past. We're able to move forward because someone sparked a seed, someone guided you, someone believed in you, and was like, "Hey, you can do it. You can be more than that." So, what would you like to say?
Yeah. Okay. For me, it's nothing long, but I would like to tell those that are interested in entering for Miss Golden Heart South Africa that they should just know their story. Simple, and if abaphulaphuli they were listening to this beautiful conversation, umntana xa efuna ungenela, she should just know istory sakhe. And wena as umzali, that means uyijaji yomntwana wakho, so ukuthi umntwana wakho yintoni ayilekishayo. And as you were listening to this conversation, I believe now you heard that Miss Golden Heart is a good platform for umntwana wakho azophumeka engqondweni and umntwana wakho aphile ubomi obu-principled. And also, we also spoke about modeling coaches okanye modeling school for umzali who is listening and onomntwana ongena modeling school but passionate about modeling, then it is highly advised to take umntwana wakho to a modeling school. But again, unfortunately, for Enhance Your Passion Modeling School, our admissions for 2023 are currently closed. But that does not mean that we wouldn't share the advice kumzali omameleyo, as much as my admissions zethu zivalile for 2023. So umzali angakwazi ukusicontact using the same WhatsApp line, which is 073-934-7402. Abuze man, because now admissions zethu for the modeling school will open next year, 2024. So angathi akwazi ukubuza okay, how can I do it, or how can I best do it, and so on and so forth. So yeah, then for those who are interested, we have a lot in store for 2023. As we've been saying, we plan to improve every year, and the standard that we're going to bring this year is going to be more than last year's. And as last year's was more than 2021. So yeah, it's I think that's all. Yeah, I think that's all from my side. Thanks.
Now, I would like to remind that grade 11 learners cannot enter for Miss Golden Heart. The reason for that it is because if you get crowned, next year you will be doing grade 12. That means we will not be able to get you. That means you cannot even reign. You will not be able to do your tasks. So rather, you just don't enter at all. Wow. Then you can enter in grade 12 and onwards grade 10 ukwehla. That is fine. Also, if you have a child, you cannot enter for Miss Golden Heart. We wouldn't like to take a mother away from their child. So if we are having trips, we can't be having a mother and so on. So that's it.
Yeah, you see, that adds to the point.
That is reasoning, bro.
It's complicated. And the fact that we are not taking Abantu that are doing grade 11 as they will be doing grade 12 next year, that means, this journey for our reigning queens and finalists, it requires time, or it requires a lot of time from the finalists as well as from the reigning queens, because we do a lot of work. We start feeling it during the journey to the grand finale. Yes, again, so and we need you. Day out, day in, day out. So There's a lot.
That the grade 11 part, I was not expecting that. That is actually great reasoning now that I think about it.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is. Because when you're doing grade 12, you're never going to have time, for being a responsible queen. Because the moment we crown you, we say, here's the light, go make change, go create change, in the South African communities. And just to encourage as models from other provinces, or Limpopo, Mpumalanga, KZN, Gauteng, Western Cape, they should come in and, in numbers and come as represent a province Zabo. And this is no ordinary beauty pageant, but this beauty pageant is actually going to be constructive. This is actually going to mold you. You are actually going to learn a little, not a lot. So thank you so much, Obuhle, for the opportunity, as well as to the listeners that spared us these few minutes for this conversation.
Guys, I'm literally so blown away by you. But before we go, I just want to quickly read these comments on WhatsApp and on Facebook, because I know Watengo Sikinana, for example, will be the first to murder all of us if we don't read the comments. They deliver when it comes to pageants. They're one of the best in the Eastern Cape. Shout out to you guys. I'm thinking about how 2023 will be, because both directors set their standards from last year. May they continue delivering the best every year. Okay, and this side, again, the thing is we don't have names here, but we just have numbers. Shout out to you, Isipho. You're so well spoken and polite. I love you, love you, love you. Okay, this one sounds like they have a crush. Hey, it sounds like they have a crush. And then again, profile picture, very familiar. Arti. I love you, my pageant directors. All the best for this year. Okay, thank you for that. I love the standard that you set. Basically they love the standard. I don't know how to read this because it's very jiggy, but yes, love the standard that you said. Thank you so much, guys, for coming through. I really appreciate that. It was a lovely conversation. In fact, I think I'm gonna go back and watch it sometime because it's so profound. I believe in your pageant. I believe you guys are going to go far. I'm not saying this because I'm buying face. I actually see you guys on that level, and I can't wait to see what you guys are going to do as we progress over the years. All the best. See you on the 7th of October. Right?
Yep.
Always. That was the managing directors of Miss Golden Heart South Africa, talking to us about their next Miss Golden Heart South Africa event, which is going to be on the 7th of October, which is 5 months away. 5 months away. So excited for that. If you just joined us, please check out the interview. It is on YouTube, Keith Ngesi Radio on YouTube, and here on Facebook it is Keith Ngesi Radio. You can watch and share and comment and check them out on their social media pages as well.
On social media, Facebook, we are Miss Golden Heart SA, and on Instagram, Miss Golden Heart South Africa. And also the link for the signing and submitting of application forms, you'll find it on our social platforms. Miss Golden Heart SA on Facebook, Miss Golden Heart South Africa on Instagram. And thanks.
No personal
contacts. I mean, we just have one, WhatsApp line.
Okay.
For Miss Golden Heart South Africa.
Okay.
Not personal.
Okay. And your pages, you guys don't have pages?
No.
Okay.
No.
Love
This is
that.
Miss Golden
Miss Golden.
Ooh, I love it. Let's not mix business with pleasure. I love it.
We are extraterrestrial. We are here from